get shot. Not from Houston, but I'm not a lot. Pack the cat a lot. The flames about to drop. Here comes a brand new flavor, yeah. Time for new flavor, yeah. I'm just kicking new flavor, yeah. Like a brand new flavor, yeah. Here comes a brand new flavor, yeah. Time for new flavor, yeah.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you for joining me today. Please tag and share. I'm going to give a couple of minutes for people to come along and join me in my home. Welcome home to Home Again with Rita Fuller-Yates, your lifestyle expert. Come on in. Come on into my house. Come on into my house. Hello, everyone. Trying to wait to see you guys. Looks like I don't know. I don't see anybody on there. Hello. Let's wait a couple of minutes. Hello, everyone. For those of you that are just joining in and may have not visited my page before, my name is Rita Fuller-Yates and I am your lifestyle expert. Today we are in the house, but I don't have any guests with me today. I see it, but it's, hey Tamara, okay. Hey Martin, thanks for joining in. We got started a couple of minutes late today. So we're just waiting for people to come on in and welcome into my home. It is Home Again, where we provide you with the tools and resources to make your home lifestyle just a little bit easier. I have some people to congratulate today, but before we get started, I wanted to say, yay! Go Tiger! Go Tiger! Go Tiger! Go Tiger! I love when people win. And if you guys don't know or didn't hear the good news, Tiger Woods won another Masters tournament. I love that he came back strong. We all fall down. We all make mistakes. We all have things in life that we can get better at. But when you come back with a vengeance, knowing how many people want to see you fail, I just love it. And to add icing on the cake, this is, I want to say, they told us the number, maybe his 5th one that he's won. So again, congratulations to Tiger Woods. Thanks for joining in. Hey, Erica. Hey, Chris Sampson. Can you do me a favor, Chris Sampson? Can you share with people my page or this show with people? It's free. All you got to do is hit that little button in the left-hand corner that says share. And when you hit that, you don't even lose me. It just goes out to your audience. And guess what else? It's free to do it. And guess what else? I need your help. So please tag and share with those people who you know may be interested in improving their lifestyle. Now, you guys know next week is Easter. And I thought it was a good time to stop and provide you with some simple ways to create a great Easter ambience during the holiday season. A lot of times I'll create a tablescape that'll give you a good idea of what to do for your holiday season. But this year, considering that the holiday season comes year after year, I thought I would find a way to make it more economical. When you decorate and design year after year for certain holidays, it becomes very expensive. So what I've learned to do is to infuse a little bit of the cheaper elements in with my decor that I have at home. And that way it keeps that price point down, but it still allows for your guests to receive the perfect experience. Once you start the experience, you can't backpedal. That's the thing, because people come to your home expecting to feel a certain way. So you really have a responsibility to continue the mission of making the experience great. But in being mindful of that, it's best to be financially sound and know the cost to be effective with it. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to create a beautiful tablescape. Like I said, being economically sound, of course. And then I'm going to teach you guys how to make loose leaf tea. As much as we think that that's an everyday type of process, it really isn't. When I started drinking tea, I had to go on YouTube and learn how to effectively do it because I never saw anyone doing it. So when I learn something, I turn around and I teach you guys how to do it. So we're going to learn how to do loose leaf tea. And then, of course, we're going to talk about some Easter elements to help you guys create the perfect Easter cookies with your family or even friends or even your children. I have the perfect solution for you. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to first start out with thank you for joining me. Hey, Tara, thanks for joining me. Hey, Aunt Anna, thank you for joining me. Hey, DJ Marley McFly. You guys, please continue to support him. He's not with us today because we are preparing for Easter. But in knowing that, he is a part of our team every week, and I just love me some DJ Marley McFly. It only took me about 6 months to learn that name. But that's okay. I got it now, Marley. I got you, boo. Mwah. Please continue to support his mission. Please tag and share as well. So loose leaf tea. I already have my water boiling just so that you guys, we can expedite some time. But because so many of us use bag teas, the whole idea as I'm learning to cook, as I'm learning to serve and be more effective with making people feel a certain way, the one thing I've learned is to take the process completely, make it more effective, take out anything that makes the process easy. So tea bags, to me, makes the process easy. You can just boil your water and put your tea bag in it. But what I find out is with any commercial process that's created by business, it weakens the strength of the product. So when they made tea bags that lessen the amount of tea that's in the tea bag, which doesn't allow for you to get the strong tea taste that you may be used to when you go to restaurants. So loose leaf tea is full tea. Now this is a fruit combination blend, I should say, of different types of fruit. And I'm using that just for an example, and it creates a color. This is a great time to introduce not only the hot tea, but once the hot tea cools down a little bit, you add in a little bit of ice, and then it becomes iced tea. So again, we're just trying to provide you with ways to make your guest feel extra special. So how we do this? Who grew up hearing this sound? I love the whistle. So again, a lot of times we take elements of home out of the home when we try to make things easier for us. I love the whistle. Who else likes the whistle sound of the water boiling on the oven? I just do. I think it's pretty cool. So what we need to do next is I'm going to put a couple of teaspoons of my loose leaf tea. Thanks for joining me. Hey, Don. Don, have you used your tea yet? If you haven't, I'm teaching you how to do it. Hey, Angelique. So Don is my best friend for you guys that don't know. And for her, maybe her birthday, one of them, maybe Christmas or something, I don't know. I gave her some loose leaf tea, or I gave her some bags, but I brought her the teapot that allows for her to make the loose leaf tea. So we're going to put the loose leaf tea inside. I use about 3 teaspoons just because I like mine more fruity. If you like yours more of a tea taste, you should use less. Now I'm going to let that boil. It'll take about 5 minutes to get started, and then I'll finish the process. But just so that we can keep time moving and I can be effective with time, I'm going to go ahead and get started on what we're going to do today. So outside of making the tea, we're going to go ahead and finish that up, and then I'll come back to teaching you guys the effective way to make the tea. But I'll go ahead and get started on how to make a financially effective tablescape that won't break the bank. Maybe I rhymed. I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But let's get started. I have here a centerpiece that I made that I'm going to teach you guys how to make. This right here will sit directly in the middle of the table for Easter. But it doesn't have to be really expensive. That's the thing. When you are a designer or a decorator and you love to create entertainment space, it can become very costly. And then you'll lack creativity using the same thing every time. So I like to use different things, but I also like to be cost effective. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do this. I have these in my home. I bought these from a clearance, maybe from Target. And then the top part, I bought these flowers from Dollar General or Dollar Tree. And they were $1 a piece for a bundle of about 5 or 6. So they come like this. So I'm going to teach you guys what you can do to make your centerpiece very pretty, but also be cost effective. A lot of times you can infuse what you already have in home in your space so that it makes it a little cheaper. But all you're going to need to make this process easier today are some green styrofoam that is, they have this at the Dollar Tree as well. This was maybe 50 cents. And then I bought a cube that was $1. And then I'm going to show you how I fitted the piece into this round shape so that it fits correctly. So a lot of times you'll buy these and they have them in different shapes. Some of them are bigger or some of them are larger. This was the biggest piece that Dollar Tree had. So I, of course, couldn't use 2 of them because what would happen if I used 2 of them? It wouldn't fit. So what I try to do is try to say, okay, I know that isn't going to fit in there. So I need something that's going to help hold it because everything is going to go sit at the top. If you notice here, nothing is at the bottom, which gives it that cool modern look. But in order to get that look, you're stuffing everything at the top with this greenery. So what I did was I bought a block and I cut a little bit of it off, just enough to measure the space in between where the round cuts off and the edge, the rim of the flower pot. And that's about this size. And I just stuffed that down in there just so that it supports that other side and it doesn't break. When my tea begins whistling some more, I'll go over there and we'll finish up the tea. But for now, so if you see that, if you can notice that there. So that's pretty simple. It's tight, it won't fall out, and it won't come out. Now, of course, if I pull on the top of this, it might pull up, but we're not going to do that. This is for decorating purposes only. It's not much function to this. So then what I did was I took these, again, this was $1. I took these and I cut. Got to get some good old plastic cutters for this project. And I cut a little at the top, about that length, maybe about 1 inch. And then I start going around the center, filling it around the edge. And you're going to do that all the way through so that you can create the centerpiece. Now this is, again, centerpieces made effective, cost effective, but at the same time still adding in those beautiful elements that our guests love and as why they like to come and visit our homes. This is, again, very inexpensive to do. I got all of this from Dollar Tree. So It doesn't have, decor does not have to be expensive if you know what you're doing. Now, what I don't suggest you do is I see a lot of people going to Dollar Tree and what have you, buying decorations for a party. I suggest you still pay attention to what makes things classy versus what makes things appear cheap. That may be a better way to say that, but just for blunt purposes, I'm going to say it. Anything that looks plastic is probably considered cheap. And although these are plastic silk flowers, they don't really give that look of a plastic look. It's not real shiny looking. But I have noticed that I see some of you guys buying like the plastic tablecloths, and we'll talk about that. You can buy some linen tablecloths for the same price, maybe $3 more at Old Time Pottery, and you will be amazed at the outcome that it creates. I would also suggest when you're doing that, buy the kind that goes all the way to the floor. Buy the excessive tablecloth. There's nothing worse than a tablecloth that just cuts off halfway from the table. And I've had to learn that. This is just, I've looked back at my events and I've noticed like I just didn't know that. But it just creates a real clean look. If you go to restaurants, those real fancy 5-star restaurants, they always have clean white linen that goes all the way to the floor. And if it doesn't, it just sits on top. And they have beautiful chairs. So it's just these little tricks that makes the eye interesting. What is everyone doing for Easter? Hey, May. Hey, Marjay. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for saying my setup was cool. I appreciate that. So I'm just finishing this up. I'm going to go ahead and go all the way around so you guys can see it. What are you guys eating for Easter? What is everyone cooking for Easter? Can you tell me that? What's everyone making for Easter? Are you cooking at home? Are you cooking for your family? Or maybe you are taking a dish to your friends and family's home. If that is the case, please share with us what it is that you're planning on taking. I'm just finishing this. If you can see, I'm going all the way around, and I created the edge of pink flowers that I'll use. Now, what I would suggest, I did this one yesterday, and I probably underestimated how much flowers I needed. So I would suggest buying, I bought 10 bundles. I would suggest buying about 15 to 20, probably 10 for each. And that's what gives it that true full look. I don't think I'm going to be able to give you that look today because I didn't buy enough. But you will get the idea of what I've done to create this for you so that we can finish the table setting. Did you guys know that we had 3 fabulous sponsors this week that always provide us with a unique way to share with you guys? My first sponsor is the Diva Station, which is Nawanda Turner. Who knows Nawanda Turner? Y'all know Nawanda Turner? Now keep in mind that when I'm putting these in, the bigger ones are going to position themselves more at the top. And that's going to make it look layered. If you can see this, it'll make it appear layered, and it won't look the same all the way around, but it'll give it some dimension because you're using different sizes. You're putting this again around the edge. I hope I have enough. So Diva Station, Nawanda Turner, I have this fabulous bracelet on, as well as these gorgeous gold diamond earrings from Paparazzi, which is the Diva Station, owned by Nawanda Turner. Nawanda Turner is actually one of my favorite people who just gets business. I'm giving away this particular set, if you can notice here, this beautiful white and gold bracelet, as well as these beautiful earrings. I'm giving them away today for the person who answers this question. What was the first year that Tiger Woods won the Masters? What was the first year that Tiger Woods won the Masters? Can you please tag and share? Tag and share! Please, I need y'all's help. Didn't I tell y'all it takes a village? Oh, now let's talk about this village thing. So for those of you that may not know, I am starting in May 2019. We are, a part of our show will be Village of Experts. As you guys know, I always say it takes a village to raise me. I'm going to have, in combination of me coming on, I'm going to have different experts tap in every week. They will call in and they will give their story about their industry. I will have a finance expert, and we'll be announcing all of that this week. I have a relationship expert. I have a life coach, as well as a health fitness expert. So we're going to have them all just to, again, accommodate you guys with a good resource. I told my project manager over the weekend, we were working on things for the expo, and I told Tamara that I don't want to do this if we're not teaching. If people aren't walking away learning, I don't want to do it. So I know that the new business world and entrepreneurship is all about making that money. And although I do love money, and y'all can see I'm pretty materialistic, I love me some money. But at the same time, I love helping people more, is what I've learned. And through the caterpillar of being an entrepreneur for 20 years, it's really taught me that that's really where your money comes from. When you naturally just care for people, money naturally just comes. So that's been my experience. Got a couple more to put in here, and then we will be finished. And this again just gives you an idea of some options. I spent $12 at the Dollar Tree in order to make these. I already had the gold. I caught them on sale at Target. And you see here, and these are going to be our centerpieces. Going to fix them up just so that it's even all the way around. But this again is a cheap, or I shouldn't say cheap, cost-effective way to creating a good old look for the center of your table. So now, let me finish up the loose leaf tee. See, that was pretty simple. Now, like I said, I would suggest using more flowers, but that was all that I had for today's demonstration. But those two right here will be the center of our table that we will be creating in a moment. Okay, the loose leaf tee. You need one of these calendars, is what I call them, but I'm sure that's not the proper, the exact way or the exact terminology. What's the exact terminology of this?
Infuser.
Infuser, my husband says. It's called an infuser. I've been calling it like a calendar because it has like a way to separate the loose leaf. So sometimes you will go to places and they'll have loose leaf and you'll taste the loose leaf, and that bothered me because to me, that was why people use bags. So I'm going to teach you a way to still get that great taste, but without that bitterness of the flakes at the bottom of your teeth. So you use an infuser. So we're going to take this out. What makes it an infuser is it separates the loose leaf and allows for it to sit at the bottom of the vase. So here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. So then we're just going to pour the hot tea in the infuser. Now, of course, that always happens too. That was, you could take it off, but that thing is hot.
Put your finger on it.
I keep my finger on it, but it gets too hot. You guys have to watch out for that. It's hot. Now, I know a lot of people keep their finger on it to keep it from going, but I just take it off. But then sometimes what happens is this type of tea kettle doesn't stop the tea from coming out from the top. So you just have to be extra careful, that's all. It's hot, but this is the way you make genuine hot tea for your friends and family when they come to visit. And it's just all about the experience of serving others. Again, we live in such a selfish world, and everything wants to be done quickly because you don't see the value in helping and serving people. Well, honestly, in a world like today, that is the value of a healthy lifestyle, is serving others. That's why we're so unhappy. That's why we're so depressed. When you allow people to come into your home, it really just makes you happy and you don't even realize it. And when they leave, you're a little exhausted, but you feel so good serving others. That's what life's about, serving others. So I put the tea in there, as you can see. And then there has an infuser in there that you pump up and down just to get that good tasting flavor in there. And it also pushes down any of the loose leaf tea that possibly got into the tea. So then we're going to push that down. And then I'm going to get my wonderful, beautiful cup from Style Salon. Do you guys know anything about Style Salon? Style Salon is at Easton, and it actually is one of my favorite spas, places to attend. They give the best massages. On point facials. I've gotten my nails done there. I've gotten my feet done there. It's just an amazing place. And they sell cute stuff like this. Isn't that cute? I love stuff. I love cute stuff. Y'all know that already. Y'all already know that about me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pour the tea on in my pretty cup from Style Salon. My friend Kelly Douglas owns Style Salon. Put that over there, and I'm more of a honey girl. So some people like sugar. I like more honey with my tea. Again, this is just a simple way to make life a little easier while serving your guests and making them feel special. Making loose leaf tea not only gets you the whistle and the sound that makes your guests feel special because you're going the extra mile, but they get the discovered taste that's custom to them as well, because they can choose to use whatever additives they need that makes it good for them. I love that type of stuff. I love it. Okay, so there's my tea, and I'm going to put my tea over here so that we can go ahead and get started on the rest of our stuff. We got about a half hour left. I want to make sure I get in the rest of my sponsors. Sometimes it's difficult to get them in, but I want to spend extra moments talking about this one particular client or sponsor. My next sponsor I want to talk about, as you guys know, every week, Debbie Bates does a great job with Fruit of the Spirit body oils. And we have here a Fruit of the Spirit body oil that is called Love. It smells really good. Let's see if it smells like love. Oh, wow. It's nice and soft. Smells like love. I get it. I get it. Because it's just enough taste to smell to let you know something is there, but it's not strong and overpowering. It's love. So I'm going to have you guys, I'm going to ask you a question for the winner of this item today. For those of you that don't know, I am on the radio. Or for those of you that do know, I am on the radio every Saturday morning. For the person to win this prize, you need to tell me the name of the radio station, as well as the time that my radio show, or I should say, Urban Entrepreneur, is aired. What time does it start, and what radio show or station does it air on? Okay? that will win you Debbie Bates Fruit of the Spirit's Body Oil. And we'll be sending that out as soon as you answer. Thank you. Hey, Candace. Oh, that's Gigi. Hi, Gigi. Hey, Patricia. Hey, Darnetta. It's my sissy. Thank you for always supporting me. You know, there's some people in your life that every time you see them, they're like your cheerleader. And Darnetta doesn't realize how much energy she gives me every time I see her. Every time I leave her, I'll be like, okay, what more can I do? What more can I do? Because you need people around you to inspire your dream. If they believe in your dream, it helps motivate you to believe in your dream. Right? Thank you, Sissy Darnetta. I appreciate all the love you give me all the time. Okay, so we made our tea. Now we're about to make an economical tablescape that'll help you impress those guests without breaking the bank. Now I did a lot of creative things, so throughout the time I'll be able to explain to you how I did it. But this is a good time for you to use your resources. This is a good time to use your resources around the house and just think about the need of what you need and what else you have around the house that can help accommodate that function. So for starters, you know, it's Easter next week. And I thought I would create a beautiful, cost-effective tablescape for you guys to see and use for your home. So many times you go to people's homes who do this type of things and everybody loves it and they become the rock star hostess that everybody wants to go over to their home. But honestly, they're not doing anything that you can't do. It's just thinking about it, maybe putting in a little bit of leg work, a couple of hours or a couple of days prior to the event. And I like to pre-plan. I will literally create this table knowing that Easter is next Sunday. I'll literally create the table to make sure it's a good fit, to make sure I have all of the details, and just to make sure it's going to work out well. So we do a little bit of homework, which is okay. This is a tablecloth that I use all the time. I suggest you getting one. When you see them on sale, Etsy has these on sale all the time for $30 and $40. You can use them throughout the year for different occasions. When we're talking about color, pink, hot fuchsia, purple, green, all of these colors are great colors to use for most holidays now. Let's not be so stifled by the traditional colors for the holiday. We can be creative and use purple for Christmas. Yeah, we can use pink for Christmas. Yay! We can use green for Easter. We can use orange for Easter. It doesn't have to be put in a box, okay? So that's what we're going to talk about today. Start out with your tablecloth, and then we're going to move into a centerpiece. Always start from the center and move your way out. When I leave the camera, just don't bother me. Don't worry about it. I'm leaving the camera because I need to go grab stuff. So here I'm going to put a centerpiece just so right in the center of the table, and we're going to work from this angle all the way out. By putting something in the center immediately, this allows for you to understand the depth of where everything else has to be positioned. So start in the center. Next thing we have are these gold chargers. Gold chargers cost $1 at the dollar store. Again, these are ways that look fabulous, make your space look fabulous without an extensive cost. So I got 4 of them. I have a family of 4. You may have a family of 6 or 8. I would suggest buying enough chargers to accommodate the amount of people in your family. Start with your chargers, your middle, that's the second thing after you do your center. And then we're going for the plates. Now mind you, I have gold rim plates because I'm an entertainer. I invested in these gold rim plates. These are charter clubs, only because I knew during the holiday season it was going to be a great opportunity to use these. But a lot of times you can find great deals for glassware, again, at Dollar Tree. I've bought lots of times, and I'm going to show you a set that I bought that helps support the color that you're planning on using without, again, breaking the bank. Now I'm going to suggest also using a salad plate. Now why we're going to do that is it allows for the dimensions to fit well so that it's spaced well in between each layer. If you don't do that, it can appear a little weird and it'll look like you have a lot of space on the plate. And that's just not good design. So designing, I always talk about design because so many people enjoy it. It does have a little gift to it, a little technique. That's why I like to show you guys so that you can go home and do it yourselves. Now these were at the dollar store. Now these were Charter Club that I had already, but I'm infusing it with the dollar store saucers. Putting those on top. So if you can see now, I've got a gold theme, I got pink, and I've got orange. We're talking about Easter. It doesn't have to be so in a box. You can be creative. Now we have our coffee mugs are next. Coffee mugs are going to go to the left of the table. And these are, of course, for the sake of today's conversation, these are great for the tea. And then I bought these cool little flower clips that only cost $1 a pack. Got 2 to a pack. And guess what I'm going to do to these bad boys? So they have a little clip on them. I'm going to clip them as an accent piece to the side of the table. I'm at the side of the plate. And you see what that did? So I don't like that at that bottom one. I'll put it in the middle. The middle one, because sometimes you just don't know. But when you try it, it may bend a little bit or something. And then you'll be like, oh, I bet you that'll work in the middle. Just try it. And it does. I'm going to put it to the right on each one so that you can see how it just creates color on there. It's nothing, again, $1. $1. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'll be glad to answer them. Hopefully you answered our trivia questions today. We had one for what was the first year of Tigers, of the win for the Masters for Tiger Woods. And then the other question was, what is the name of the radio station and the time that my radio show goes on Saturday mornings? Okay, so now we got a good idea. Oh, let's put our glassware out. Those goes to the right. Now, of course, we have, for our wine drinkers, we have some fabulous Rita Fuller-Yates embroidered glasses that we'll just put on for those of us that do enjoy a little bit of wine during dinner. Have some salt and pepper shakers that we will infuse into the space. Now, keep in mind, you now have 3 or 4 open spaces that are next to the plates. Those are where I would suggest centering things that you know would help the function of the meal. So for today's accommodations, we need something on top of our plate because we're just demonstrating today. What I did was I thought about, what can I do using something in my own home that allows for me to create this look? So I had this skirt. So we used to wear them and it was long. If you can see that here. Just think about it. table napkins is just fabric. So when you try to accommodate a certain look and you don't have the right color, or you don't have time to go back out, or maybe you forgot to pick up the napkins, take a look around your house. You'll be surprised just looking for fabric, what creative fabric just sits around. And we have no idea how that can convert to something at some other function. So the next piece is, I need some color or something to sit here just to position it, because again, my company's coming and I want my table set for when they come. So I cut up the skirt into these strips. And what I'm going to do is, I had these napkin holders already, these gold napkin holders, that I'm going to put this through here. And it's going to create a little pool in the middle, which is going to make it appear somewhat like a bow tie. You can see that there. And just for thick purposes, you just put the edges, cuff them up under a little bit, just to give you that dynamic look. I like a bow tie.
Check your messages, make sure nobody's asking any questions.
Voila. Can you see that there? Okay. So I'm just checking to see if anybody has any questions. Hey, Rika. Hey, thanks. Thanks for the compliment. Thanks. Thank you. I love the colors. Yes, Pam, we are talking about Easter and ways to get out of the box for Easter. Easter is a great time to be creative. It's a great time to entertain, because you're out of the holiday season. But it also adds color back into the year. This is a great time to introduce that color. So again, we're trying to do this in an inexpensive way, but add value so that your company can walk away feeling satisfied, and you as a hostess walk away as a rock star. Right, that's what it's about. We want them going home like, yeah, that was it. That was it. So I have a story to share today that I think, while I'm finishing up these, I want to finish the whole table so that you guys can capture the end. Again, use those sources that are those resources just sitting around your house, and just think about it. Just be like, what is this? What do I need? And when you figure out what you need, you'll be surprised how it's just naturally sitting around your house. Okay, so I just figured that out. You have to pull it up through there so that it's thick in the middle. And then that's what will create that look for you. It probably looks more weird at that angle than at the top that I'm looking at. So I'm going to pull the camera over. I'm going to bring this over there so you can see it.
Just leave it there, I got you.
Okay. So this is weird fabric right here. I don't think this was the right cut for this one. Okay, we're going on. So I had a new sponsor today who I'm just overwhelmed with blessings. She is she's more like a baker, and she makes sweet treats, makes all type of sweet treats, but at the same time makes beautiful stuff. And you know, that's sort of the new thing, new trend now, where things are not only good, but they're beautiful. And I'm absolutely just loving her brand, and I'll share with her information with you in a moment. Can you guys see that? Isn't that cute? I think that is so cute. That was messed up. Don't look at this one. I didn't cut it long enough, obviously. So don't look at that one. Where's my other gold? There it goes. So, I'm going to do the last one. So my last, I was talking about the young lady who owns Raining Sweet Treats. I wanted to make sure I said that correctly so that you guys knew how to support her. And I'm going to show you her products, as well as we're going to spend a good 10 minutes talking about ways that she's helping me improve my lifestyle and ways that she's going to help you this week be a rock star with your kids. I'm telling you, this thing that she got is masterful. So where was this at when I was raising kids? Where was this product at? Okay, I did it again successfully. Don't look at that one. I see y'all looking at that one. That's going to need a little bit of surgery. I ain't got time for it. So if you see that there. And this is, again, when you're decorating, you're always thinking of ways to accommodate the guests. I don't have all women in my home. And although, you know, we do like flowers and all, we got to accommodate and think about the males as well. And this appears to look like a bow tie. So we've got the flower for the ladies and we've got a bow tie for the male. I love that type of stuff. It's rock star stuff right there. Okay. And then we talked about the ladies having a little bit of wine. The men may enjoy a little bit of martini. So we're just going to fill in the center now with our centerpieces. Again, these were dollar-made centerpieces that we just came up with a financially effective way for you to create a beautiful look without breaking the bank. Here was another sample of one. Creates for the perfect centerpiece. And then I think it's pretty cool that we have a game or a conversation piece during dinner. This is a great opportunity for you guys to open dialogue. Put away the phones, put away anything that's a distraction outside of just genuine conversation. So as much as we think that that's so simple nowadays, it is not. Even for families that are close to one another. A lot of times they sit with one another on their phones. So I don't know how well connected they are. So I'm providing you with a good tool that you can do with your family so that you can feel at home, but at the same time get to know who they genuinely are. Now what I did was, these are dollar store. Again, this was all Dollar Tree products. What I did was I bought these in a pack like this for $1. And what I did was I put some of this inside of it just for decorative purposes. This will also be a part of my table setting. And we will put it here. And what this is it is a question. We open it up. And let's just say it's quiet now at the table. People are steadily eating. The conversation has lessened. This is a great opportunity for somebody to pull an egg and ask a question. So let's just say my daughter pulls the question, the egg, and asks the question, what does Easter mean to you? And then everybody goes around the table and answers that question. You'll be surprised how genuine conversation opens up a lot of reality of how alike you are, how similar, how different, or how you may not even know what people's perspectives are because you don't ask them questions. Only time you're really gonna know people a lot of times is when you ask them questions. It's a great way to learn who people are. So I would suggest doing that in all of them. There's about 10 eggs, which makes for 10 questions. It makes for a good conversation while you're eating. It makes it for easy entertainment while you eat. Last but not least, I want to make sure I sit and spend a lot of time talking about Adrienne Rae. For those of you that don't know Adrienne Rae is owner of Raining Sweet Treats. I got the honor of meeting her today because she dropped off some fabulous cookies. I didn't tell her what the theme was for this week. I didn't tell her what the colors were for this week. I just trusted the process. And guess what this girl bought me? This is what I always try to tell entrepreneurs and about being an entrepreneur and trusting God. You can plan everything, but that's somewhat what you get is the plan. But when you leave just a little bit of room for God and don't plan everything, he just deposits and drops in a little bit of fairy dust and it all works out perfect. So let me show y'all what she brought to me. Beautiful pink lips that goes with my beautiful pink table, as well as beautiful pink heart cookies. Can y'all believe that she did that for little old me from Longstreet? So it just matches so perfect with my decor today. But not only that, it is the perfect ingredient and resource that we all need. Because again, these kids have expectations that's a little unique from when we were children. So I would love to pass Adrian on to you and you use her services. You can get a box of 12 cookies for $30. And I've seen these cookies several times with several different companies. And they don't always look this clean and this professional. This looks so clean and pretty. Again, I don't like supporting things that I really don't believe in. And this right here, Adrian Ray, she about to be my new baker. She just don't know it. So here we go. We're just putting this out. And these, I don't need that many because it's going to start falling. I'm going to start piling them on top. And this again is another something to stay on the table. Let me move some of this stuff because now I'm getting too crowded. Don't want to touch the rim of those glasses, but I'm at home. And this is just a mock table. Nobody's going to be sitting here. I'll clean everything up for Easter. So that pretty much is it. Putting her stuff on the table to create, again, just another level of color, a little bit of decor, but at the same time is functional as dessert. So we got on here, we got dinner, we got decor, we got, only thing we still need to include in here, and I had a creative idea for that, was where to put our silverware. So a lot of times when you're creating a big tablescape like this, it's difficult to find a place to put your silverware on unless you're going to put it directly on top of the table. So what I suggest you do, and there's lots of restaurants that do this nowadays, but for the sake of making this consistent along with what we've been doing, I'm using just a glass like this that you can just buy from the dollar store. They're like ball glasses. They come for like 50 cents. And then I'm going to stuff this down in there. And all that's going to do is it's going to create the color that I need, but at the same time be functional for my silverware. Now you can do this with white, you know, whatever color you see. Again, everything now is about making it fit according to what it is you're creating. And creating is really just thinking about it. It really is. So that right there, voila, just something simple. Added the color, created the function, and it made it easy to sit on top of the table so that everyone can grab their silverware. So we've talked about hot tea, ways to accommodate your guest with loose leaf tea. We made centerpieces so that you can effectively make them for the holiday season without breaking the bank. I taught you guys how to make a beautiful tablescape using products from the dollar store infused in with your products. We talked about our fabulous sponsors. Now we're going on hand to say this again. I love Nawanda Turner with the Diva Station. I love Debbie Bates with Spirits of the Oil Body Oils. And of course, we have our new sponsor with today's fabulous products. And I've got to get her name. It's not in my belly yet. I'm sorry. Raining Sweet Treats with Adrienne Ray. I see her all the time. She's got fabulous work. Okay? So you guys can see that right there. Before we end, I've got a special treat made by Adrienne Ray that I have to go over that was just a savior to my life. Adrienne Ray sells these fabulous Easter cookie making kits. Now, I've seen these online, but I was always a little concerned about the taste of the cookie, how much of the icing would you get, and would I have to buy additional toppings to make sure that mine was complete, effective, and ready to go. Well, Adrienne, she custom makes these particular kits just for us. It has the cookie included that's homemade that she makes herself. It has a combination of a blue, pink, and white icing, as well as all of these sparkles and different options of sparkles, which you get 3 packages. A lot of times when I've seen these kits, you may get a half of one packet. So I know for a fact that this is a great kit to use because it accommodates with everything, gives you some additional options, gives you plenty of things to use. So even if you have a heavy hand like myself, and you don't look, they're already bagged, ready to tear, and ready to pour. Along with this being homemade. Again, these are homemade. So how many people get this? You get this whole kit for $25. $25. It's just that easy. Just that inexpensive, but it's a great way for you to look like a rock star, especially as a parent. We all want to do good by our children when it comes to making things and doing crafts, but sometimes we just don't know how to make them that pretty. And although YouTube University has become very popular in creating crafts, sometimes we can spend more money on trying to create it than just going to the grocery store. But this is a quick, easy way for you to do it effectively. This is a good way for you to do it so that you can get it done correctly. And it also is just cost effective. $25, voila, and you're done. And you get about 12 cookies. So again, look her up. That's Adrienne Ray at www.rainingsweetstreats.com, or you can contact her email, aray@rainingsweetstreats.com. Okay? So I hope I provided you guys with that information. I want to give a couple of shout outs. I know we got one more minute before we disperse today, but I'm so proud of people in our community that's doing big things. And I think it's a great opportunity for people like me to say, not only am I proud of you, but I'm also stopping to say congratulations. Two of my friends have been just killing the game lately. Joanna Williams, for those of you that don't know J Sweets, oh my God, she is now blessing us with a retail store opening up soon on Parsons Road. I am excited about it. She does a lot of work in the community for so many of us, making and baking. Hey, that was pretty good. Making and baking for us and providing us as a beautiful resource because she does good business. And I love people who do good business. So thanks and congratulations again, Joanna. And then last but not least, I want to say congratulations to Nicole Burton. For those of you that don't know Nicole Burton is one of the coldest artists that I know. But what makes her, I'm so proud of her because her line, Kinks by Nikki, is now being sold in Macy's. Who does that? Macy's. My girlfriend's stuff is in Macy's, right? So who does that? It's now exclusively in Detroit, so you can go online and support her. but I'll continue to share her journey along with you so that you can find ways to help her and support her mission. Again, that's what we do. Everything we do is to try to provide you with a resource to help improve your lifestyle. I thank you again to my weekly sponsors, Fruit of the Spirit Body Oil, the Diva Station, as well as Raining Sweets Treats. I hope to see you guys next week for another show. It'll be Easter
Wednesday.
next week. Remember, Wednesday is Columbus Raw. Columbus Raw. Your girl, Raw Columbus, I should say. You can still obtain tickets from www.rawcolumbus. And I'll be hosting that event. So please continue to support me, if nothing else. It's a beautiful opportunity for all form of artists to get exposure. It's just steroids for artists. Definitely recommend you guys doing that. And then remember to watch my show. For those of you that didn't answer the question, my radio show along with C. Sonny Martin as the Urban Entrepreneur, where I co-host with him. It comes on at 10 a.m. on Magic 95.5. I expect to see you guys or hear you guys every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. I think that is all. Next couple of weeks, we'll be having the makeup artist contest. My girlfriend, Chandrita, has helped me collaborate with that, and I'm so excited to be a part of that in the next couple of weeks. So be looking forward to that. And I think that is everything. I think I got everything done for the first time in all of my life for my show. I'm so excited. Okay, you guys, thank you for joining in with me. We're going to end with an advertising for Columbus Raw. You won't be seeing us anymore this evening. But again, I never do this in vain. I do this to be a resource to my community. And I hope I do myself as well as you do justice. Again, my name is Rita Fuller-Yates, and I am your lifestyle expert. And I will see you next Sunday. Stay tuned for the ad on Raw Columbus.